live video. I'm gonna try and play some sounds from some videos I've seen on YouTube. I don't know if you guys know this, but the president of EFF, Julius Malema, has recently been found guilty, and what he's found guilty of might potentially send him to jail for 15 years. The sentencing actually depends on the leniency of the judge. If the judge is like, you know what, he's a leader, he might have been like, very careful, so we don't think he put in. So they might just send him for like weeks or months or a year or so. But if they send him to 15 years, that would be diabolical. Anyway, there's video evidence of Julius Malema discharging a firearm in the middle of a crowd rally political thing. And according to South African laws, that is not supposed to happen. And I think maybe he didn't have a firearm license or something like that. I don't know. But I think that's one of the reasons they found him guilty. And I was like, finally, this is like, everybody can see the evidence. Can you discharge a firearm in public? And if the answer is no, then, I guess everybody can see that, there is some kind of justice happening here. And I thought it was fair. And I was like, clearly there's nobody can say anything about this because, it's clear. We have video evidence of him doing that. This is not a witch hunt. It's not something that is made up. That just a few people saw, and but the whole world can see this. The video is still circulating online, still on YouTube, and I think it's still on YouTube because it doesn't actually violate any YouTube thing. So I was hoping that nobody can make an excuse, especially when you come to the law part of it. Maybe we can talk about political thing after the sentencing and be like, okay, but couldn't we be lenient? But I think that as Africans, we make excuses for our leaders, or for the leaders that we think, hey, what's up? Welcome. Thank you so much for the like. So there's a guy that I like to watch, African content creator, and I think he loves Africa because he keeps talking about African stuff and his whole thing. But I think it's all twisted because in the view of Africa is like very twisted. If you break the law and the law finds you liable, then when the law finds you liable, you just, I guess, Mona Brown, you gotta just watch my other videos. So I'm gonna play this video here.
This message is to Malema and to myself, first of all, and to everyone who seeks to lead a campaign for change that may be against the establishment, ladies and gentlemen.
So basically he's saying, wait, where are you from, bro? Where are you from? I'm from Africa. So basically what is going on here is that Julius Malema found guilty, and there's video evidence, but the truth has been twisted that this is a political thing. They are trying to get me, they're coming after me and stuff like that. So they want to see me fall. That's the story.
You will be targeted and put under a radar.
It's basically Julius Malema is being targeted, and this thing happened. Could you see my thing? What thing? I can't see your thing. Your comment, you mean? What thing are we talking about here? Let's see. No, I cannot see your thing. So let me continue playing that video. I was like, wow, that's
For so
interesting.
long as you are a thorn in the flesh of the establishment, you will always be marked as a situation to be eliminated. This is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Malema knows it firsthand, and I know he has endured it for at least in the last 13 years.
So basically, because Malema is an opposition party, he has the government trying to destroy him. That's the whole story of the thing. I don't know if you guys can hear this video, but I'm surprised about this because it seems like when it comes to justice, is not supposed to, like, our leaders are not supposed to face justice for some reason. I don't know. And I mean, I'll talk about this about Africa because I know there's a lot of injustices going on around the world, but just focusing on Africa, there is a lot of injustices going on. And I think the justice system in South Africa still works, and you still have the law at work, judges, everybody. They're doing a really good job out there in South Africa. South Africa is actually a great country, guys. I know I'm saying this as if like I'm advertising it. You should visit, check them out, because don't really pay much attention to what you see on the news. Obviously, some things can be improved, just like many other countries in Africa, Kenya, for example, many other countries. There could be a lot of improvement, but that does not mean that when you go out there, your life will be taken from you. It's still great places out there in Africa, but I refuse that.
Ever since
we don't hold political people, what do you call it? Political people accountable, especially African political figures. I think everybody should be held accountable so they know which plantation did you escape from. Massa gonna catch you and make you into a tree ornament for Christmas. All right, that's a wow, that's a tough one. I don't even know what you're talking about. So basically, this is what is happening. Julius Malema, the president of EFF, had discharged a firearm in public in South Africa, and according to the South African laws, you're not supposed to do that. And the the law is clear, and the judge was clear about that. So a lot of people are saying, "Yo, this is a witch hunt." Let's see what's going
left the
on.
ANC and formed his own party, it has been one issue after another, and it won't stop until he gives up. But if you understand anything about,
so yeah, this is what is happening now. We're making excuses that from inexcusable thing. I think we can just say, you know what, let's just go to the law and fight this lawfully. Thank you for the subscription. And yeah, I mean, so yeah, man, like, I don't know where we're going wrong with African things. I feel like because we are so much against Western stuff, even the law does not apply, or even justice doesn't seem like just to so many people. So that is what is going on. It's all about, like, this is, we are being oppressed, we are being colonized. And I say this as an African because I want the continent to be safe for travelers. I like, right now you cannot drive from Cape to Cairo. There should be some routes. You have to do so much research to know where is it safe, or you can like drive a car from Cairo to Cape Town, or Cape Town to Cairo. You can't just go because you'll be putting your life in danger. That's what I'm fighting for, justice. And also, if something is wrong has been done to you, you have to know that there are proper channels where you can go and get justice. But it seems like we are consistently trying to sideline justice and pointing out political figures as if, it's they're above the law.
winning, ladies and gentlemen, you should
Tune Network, if you're watching this, brother, I enjoy your channel. I enjoy watching your videos, but I think that some of your things are not really great for Africa. If you're just saying like because somebody broke the law and because they're a political leader, the law shouldn't find them accountable, I feel like that is wrong. Anyway, moving on. What is going on in Africa today? Thank you so much for you guys coming. If you are here for the first time, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell too, so you don't miss any of the uploads on this channel. One of the countries that I want to talk about is because people are talking so well about this country, and that could be misleading to a lot of people, especially people who are traveling like me, people who want to travel the world. You might get wrong information about this country, and you're gonna go there and maybe put your life at risk. So this is why I like talking about these countries. Burkina Faso's junta detains NGO workers for spying. Ooh, I can just foresee a lot of African content creators running with this. Burkina Faso military government says it has arrested 8 members of Dutch-based humanitarian organization, accusing them of spying in treason. There are 3 Europeans, a Malian and 4 Burkinabe among them. The NGO's country director and deputy. The organization said they were detained some time ago, but it was not previously reported. Security Minister Mohamedou Sana said the NGO had collected and passed on sensitive security information that could be detrimental to national security and the interest of Burkina Faso to foreign powers. What? The International NGO Safety Organization, which provides safety information to aid workers, has categorically denied allegations. Wow, this is deep. So this NGO that is operating in Burkina Faso, I guess they have a system where they alert their members or their volunteers about situations. Let me see. So the organization has been in the country since 2019. On Tuesday, the security minister said that despite being banned, members of the organization had continued to secretly collect information and hold meetings. Wow. So that's a complex thing. The thing is that what happens in a dictatorship country, it's never just clear. That's actually true. I'm really dark person. If there was no light in here, you wouldn't see me at all. Don't worry about the walls. Yeah, but I'm a very dark man, and I like my skin color actually. I prefer to be dark. I am not insecure about that, Mr. Cooking Production. Mr. Cooking Production said, I can be invisible if my wall was black. I think my teeth will still show though. Maybe not. Yeah, so that's basically what is going on in Burkina Faso. I mean, this is not an isolated thing. I think they are on a crackdown on everybody is actually being suspected of doing something wrong. Especially, I think if you are coming from Europe, they just kind of will make you suffer. And for organization, I mean, you could say, don't go to there, but I feel like there are people who have a really good heart in this world that are actually enjoying serving other people around the world, despite uh, how some information will be going out there. So this organization is a Dutch organization, humanitarian organization. It's called. I'm actually gonna see if I can check out their website. It's called International NGO Safety Organization. International Let's see what they do. Hmm. International NGO dedicated to humanitarian safety. About who they are. Let's see what they do. Rooted in humanitarian principles and practices, INSO emerged from the complex political conflict of Afghanistan, where NGOs continue to face challenges to safety and access. Recognizing the dangers of poor conditions, we set out to build an institution to support NGO programming in high-risk countries. Today, INSO has succeeded in making safety coordination and standard feature of humanitarian responses. So this is like an NGO for NGOs. They are helping other NGOs who are operating in a very high risk countries to navigate their environment. But apparently, that's not a good thing in Burkina Faso. And I know a lot of people, obviously from Africa, they're going to say, "But that's a European thing." uh, yeah. Founded in 2011, is an independent international non-governmental organization headquartered in The Hague, Netherlands. We serve as safety coordination and advisory body to the NGO community and provide daily support for more than 1,000 registered organizations working in high-risk context. Alongside the United Nations Office of the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs and the various local international NGOs platform, we serve as an important pillar of humanitarian coordination architecture. So yeah, this is an NGO for NGOs. They pretty much do their research on like safety, on how, especially when you're moving from one place to the other. Obviously, they are going to get involved with the safety and stuff like that, and they're going to share that safety with other organizations as well in the country to make sure that you are safe whenever you're doing your humanitarian stuff. We are field focused organization built around the regional programming areas in West, Central, and East Africa and Middle East. More than 90% of our staff are from the country they work in, and they are guided and supported by small teams of international experts. Our HQ consists of mostly former field personnel, and it's overseen by an independent board of directors. So, yes, many times when organization comes, they don't bring everybody from outside. They actually train local people into this local people in there so that they can help themselves and maybe just help them with financial needs or whatever other thing they need. But I'm not surprised that they would face problems in Burkina Faso, especially around this time, because they've been operating Burkina Faso for um, since 2019. So it's only now that they are found to be sharing sensitive information. Burkina Faso military government has turned away from the West and, in particular, its former colonial ruler France since seizing power in September. So yeah, basically every European personnel out there is a threat or is considered to be some kind of spy, because that's what they basically accusing this organization of. This is sad, man. Sad to see. But we're moving on. Let's see what they say out there in Mali. I'm not talking about this stuff. Yeah, when you're watching African news, especially for the Sahel bloc, you're probably thinking things are improving in Africa. So no, Bamako motorists form long queues outside fuel station in Mali capital Bamako on Wednesday, following several days of closure and fears of shortage after Al Qaeda-linked insurgents imposed a blockade on fuel imports last month. yeah, so Mali's still going through it. I think the Sahel bloc is still going through a lot of problems right now. Thank you so much for joining. We're talking about African stuff, and yeah, this, believe it or not, this is what successful countries have managed to stay successful. They were openly talking about their problems, and I don't think Africans we do that a lot, unless we are just supporting one person. We are telling all traders who import diesel and gasoline into Mali, whether from Ivory Coast, Guinea, Senegal, Mauritania, to stop doing so until further notice. This is like a jihadist group uh, informing the importers of gas. Oh my goodness! So they're trying to like chokehold the country of Mali, and the innocent people who are not um, involved in this, they're going to suffer the most. As you can see, that people are now having to form a queue at gas stations. Militant spokesperson declared in a video announcing a blockade in early September. In recent days, Shell, Total, and Star Station in central Bamako were out of service, with only few local stations able to serve motorcyclists, resident, and Reuters witnesses said. Excuse me. On Tuesday evening, Malian authorities announced that the convoy of fuel tankers had arrived from neighboring Ivory Coast, and by Wednesday, many of the stations in the city had reopened. Videos circulated on social media appear to show long queues in other Malian cities, including Sego, Mopit, and Sen. This morning I had to push my motorcycle due to lack of fuel. Oh my goodness. So you can tell that there's still a security problem. The thing is that when this government came to power, when this military juntas came to power, the first thing they promised was security. Um, it wasn't. It was security and democracy. And it seems like one of their main promises are failing miserably. Like it's crazy. Let me see. It's I don't think even people can are free to talk about their grievances on this new stuff. I think people have to hide their identities to even talk to the news out there, especially international news. Um, wow, this is hmm. Hello, what's up? Welcome. Why do I see a lot of people who are asking me where I'm from and just like weird racial jokes and this stuff? It's always crazy to me. Take me. Yeah, African news sometimes can be so depressing. So depressing. Hmm.
Chaos at petrol stations in Mali's capital Bamako on Tuesday
as commuters desperately tried to find fuel. Residents are feeling the impact of a blockade on fuel imports declared last month by a militant group affiliated with Al Qaeda. The landlocked country depends on fuel imports
This
from
is
neighboring
this is
Senegal
also like
and
even
Ivory
hazardous
Coast,
how
but tankers are
everybody's
being
just like
attacked and
crowding this
burned
gas
along
station.
the
I feel like
route.
it's not even safe. If something
Because
happens,
people are here for fuel, there's a shortage of petrol at the moment. Before, we could buy petrol everywhere in cans, but now there's no more. We're forced to come to petrol stations, and even if we come to the stations, it's not certain that we'll have gasoline. It's only a few stations that have it. The blockade is putting pressure on the fragile economy and on the country's military junta, which promised to provide security when it took power in 2021.
yeah. So the military ruler promised to bring security and everything back, and I don't know if they had this severe, but it seems like ever since they kicked France out, which they said was the problem, it became apparent that they have a really bigger fish to fry. I don't know if because they don't have enough military personnel or they don't have enough resources to kind of uh, deal with whatever they're facing, but it's just been worse. It's just been going on for a very long time, and it's really taking a toll on the economy, which also because Mali, as much as they are like the largest gold producer as well in the world, they are ranked to be the sixth least developed country in the whole world. So they are like really struggling out there. And you put all these problems on top of not having your rights to express your grievances, not having the rights to vote the leader that you want to move the country forward. Then it becomes a whole lot of things in there, so this is bad. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching this. Thank you for everybody who's here. Please hit that like button if you are gonna watch this later, and I'll see you guys on